you think you can willy-nilly, so to speak, do anything you like? Off the bed.
Oh my gosh.
It's my bed and nobody sits on it.
Fussy this morning.
God, dearie me. 20 to 9, I'll be talking to you on the bed. I can't wait, Gary.
Nor can I.
Very unpleasant, wasn't it, the way he did that?
It's amazing.
He's done a lot of things this week we've had to keep an eye on. But now, in the meantime, let's go over to Peter Smith with the news. Well, I'm on the bed with, of course, you already know I'm on the bed with Gary Glitter. But what is amazing about Gary, I mean, how could I start? How many amazing things can I say about Gary? But one of the amazing things about Gary is, of course, he's sold over 18 million records and still managed to go bankrupt. I think that's quite amazing. In fact, you're not with the NatWest, are you, by any chance?
I am, yeah.
Yes, I thought you
Funny
might
enough,
be.
you're right.
I think they only have people with very large overdrafts.
I'm with all the banks.
Oh, are you?
Sure.
What did
Keep
you
your
used to
options
spend
open.
all your money on?
Oh, very extravagant things, you know, like I used to ring up the Playboy Club in London and get a coachload of bunnies down most evenings, you know, after just generally lots of goods, sex, drugs and rock and roll. But of course it was allowed to, you could do that in the 70s, you know. Now everybody's leading such a clean life.
You don't really do that anymore, I suppose. Well, there
No,
aren't
I
any
think
bunnies now, are there?
There's no bunnies.
No. Who do you coach down to your house now?
No, you that was a quick, you sneaked that one in. I've got a couple of good friends that come around, you
Have
know.
you?
Yeah.
Are they very young? Whenever I,
Well, I was very
whenever I
young.
think of you,
I
I
was
do
very
imagine
young.
you with rather young, nubile girls.
Well, yeah, that's quite, I mean, yes, what do you call young? 24, 23, that sort of
That's
age?
quite young, yes. There's no need to be mean.
See, all the other ones are married. I mean, I missed out, you know.
I suppose. But when you lost money, did it not feel awful to think, oh, I've got to sort of bounce back and have another comeback and drag myself up to having more millions?
No, I mean, it was the best thing that ever happened to me because it gave me, first of all, you know, how many rock stars do you know that are sitting in their ivory tower with lots and lots of money and they would love to be playing Wembley this year? They'd be lovely, you know, to play extra, all the big arenas, right?
Mm.
And so when it happened at the time of my life, at that time in the 80s, I went back and I played all the universities, all the things I wanted to do, and my audience were fantastic. I mean, they just brought me right back to where I wanted to be. And, you know, I'm busy. I love it. I love doing what I'm doing.
Now, you're on again this Christmas, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you do it every single Christmas?
Well, I've done it now, I think, what is it? It's about 10 or 15 years, I guess.
And
At
where will you
Christmas
be?
time. We'll be at Wembley for a couple of days and the NEC. And we kick off in Belfast, Dublin. We're doing a few new ones. There's Cardiff is a new one. Exeter, West Point is a new one. Oh, it's great. Well, you've been.
I have. It's frenzy.
It really is good
It
fun.
is, it's
I would love
complete
to be on the
frenzy.
motorway watching all the people getting there because apparently the show starts about 2 hours before I get there, you know, with a lot of leadering.
Really?
A lot of leadering.
Thank you. When you were a pop star in the 50s and 60s, was it very, very different then?
Yeah, I was younger.
Yeah, apart from the fact you were younger and there were bunnies.
Yeah, it was because it was new, you know. I mean, so much is spoken about the rock business now. Everybody, you know, knows most of the things about it. But I mean, when I started in 1959, I made my first record for Decca when I was 14 years old. There was about a handful. Yeah, 14. I was.
I bet you were adorable.
I was so naive.
What was your name then?
It was Paul Raven. They changed it to Paul Raven.
Did you have other choices? Or
Not
did they
much.
say you're going to be Paul
No,
Raven?
Decca said you're going to be Paul Raven. It's more glamorous than Paul Gadd, which is my real name. So I got this thing about names later on, you know. So, you know, when we were going through the Gary Glitter thing, it could have been Terry Tinsel, Horace Hydrogen, Vicky Vomit. Yeah, loads of different names. George Bean and the Runners.
George Bean and the Runners?
Yeah, it was a group actually in South London called George Bean and the Runners.
And it's very much music that has sort of crossed the generations, hasn't it?
I hope
I mean, all of
so.
your stuff, the
I hope
audience is
so.
all different ages, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it was, you know, I think rock and roll is about fun and kids. I mean, my particular brand of rock and roll, so yeah, I think so.
When you're at home now, resting, do you do any resting? What do you actually do?
No,
at
I
home?
go sailing. Sailing's my real pleasure, my real joy when I'm not working. I love it. In fact, the other day, I did a single-handed to Guernsey and back by myself, which was the first time I'd been able to do it. And I really was thrilled. It was like, you know, it was like Swallows and Amazons, you know, it was like boys' own stuff, you know. And when I saw Start Point, which is the bit, you know, the sort of the boot of the map of England, that little bit, the heel. Yeah, when I saw that, and I actually plotted it on my chart, and I went, you know, I jumped up and down. It was great. It was really good.
And do you think you'll get married?
I hope so, one day, yeah.
Plans to get married?
You know, I mean...
Take the pressure off you, wouldn't it?
I would like to, you know, because, I mean, I've just had to open a restaurant because, you know, I need to eat.
Somebody threw that at me.
You know, I thought, well, it was either open a restaurant or get married. I've been putting it off, but, you know, I'll have to think about it soon, because I'm not as young as I look.
It might be somebody's lucky Christmas. Go to the concert, shake your fist, see the clothes, and marry Gary. It's been very nice to talk to you, as always. You're so French. Now, the question about our clip is, who is the singer under attack? But remember, don't phone, it's just for fun.
But Jeff Woodgate would like to apologise to the neighbours for playing his Gary Glitter record so loud. We have the leader here. We have Techno Tony, the man with the sandwiches. Yes, right.
Techno Tony is my food technician at the snack bar that I'm just opening.
What sandwiches we got here?
Which one's that, Tony?
That's cheddar cheese and Edam.
Cheddar cheese is vegetarian. Now,
are you vegetarian?
what's the tell me saying? What is the most important thing about a sandwich?
Oh, just so it's nice.
No, the most important thing about a sandwich is bread. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to being a breadhead, right?
Whoa!
You've got to make a crust. Okay. Now, bread is the most important. We have a lady called Gail who goes around all the bakeries to get the very, very finest bread. Taste that and see if you don't think that's the best bread.
That's what I'm waiting to do.
Does it cost a lot of dough?
Okay. Ask me where we're opening.
Where are you opening?
We're opening opposite Planet Hollywood.
Oh, right. Oh.
So that you know where it is. It's just on the corner of Leicester Square. It's called Gary's Glitter Bar.
On the September the 1st, but I've got the sandwiches.
Okay.
Peter Smith, here he is with the news. Smith, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gary. Thank you very much, the family.
And Sybil and Zig and Zag. And of course, you're going to have to join us tomorrow because on The Big Breakfast, we've got dinosaur eggs worth £50,000. We'll be teaching this man, Chris Akabusi, how to gondolier his way into someone's heart. And John Malkovich will be on the bed with Paula. Have a fantastic day. The sun has come out. It's official. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.